existing housing, people that own their homes. We're going to keep them wealthy. We're going to keep those prices up. We're not going to destroy the value of their homes so that somebody that didn't work very hard can buy a home. We're going to make it easier to buy. We're going to get interest rates down. But I want to protect the people that for the first time in their lives feel good about themselves. They feel like that they're wealthy people. And I want them to understand it. There's so much talk about, we're going to drive housing prices down. I don't want to drive housing prices down. I want to drive housing prices up for people that own their homes. And they can be assured that's what's going to happen.
Well, just pack it up. You heard what the president said. He said, listen, these aren't my words, guys. So don't attack the messenger. He said himself, we're going to keep prices high. We're trying to make these people more wealthy.
I don't think so, darling.
And look, I'm not against it. Listen, I'm not against it. If you're a seller, that's what you want. But as a buyer, run. Listen, I keep the same energy. I get it. As a seller, this is what you want. But as a buyer, individuals try to get into the market. People try to buy their first home. Run.
I hate it. I'm out.
This isn't the time for you to go, this money's burning a hole in my pocket. Let me buy now. Because you're going to get burned. And I'm the first person to tell you this. Listen, I know what a lot of these real estate agents are going to tell you. They're going to tell you, you need to buy because if you don't buy, again, you're going to miss the greatest wealth creation ever. But listen, we're going to jump into it and I'm going to explain to you. I'm going to give you the receipts of why you should not do this. And if you do this, get ready. Let me say this very clearly. Get ready to be in a lot of financial pain. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Also, too, you know what I'm about to say. I have a free newsletter. How can you be free? You can't. And then also, too, if you need any type of financing that deals with commercial properties or investment properties, I'm your guy. I've been in London for almost 20 years, and I can assist you with that. That information will be in the pinned comment in the description, guys. Let's jump right to it, guys. Let's jump right to it. You heard the president say, listen, guys, I don't know why everybody's saying that we want to bring prices down for people to afford it. That's not what I meant. What I meant is I'm going to be trying to drive the prices of houses higher. That's right. I want them to get higher than they already have. Yes, I know. Listen, I heard you guys. I know prices of houses have went up 40, 50, 60%. And in some areas they've doubled. I know that, but I want them to have more.
That call was perfect. It couldn't have been nicer.
And you know why? Because if you get into a house, you will be able to reap this benefit too. You're not convinced? You're not convinced yet? All they're asking you to do is jump head first. Let me say it again. Jump head first into buying a home because we're going to get the prices to go up higher. And if you buy from them now at this low price, which is already high, you can then resell it and make more money when you sell it. So it's just going to keep going on forever. You know, we've seen this before. Haven't we seen this before? Isn't this what happened to begin with?
It's a complete and total disaster.
Look, before we even go any further, I can hear people in the back saying, Orlando, I don't understand. I'm confused. How are we going to do this? How is it that we're going to make houses go up in price, but also make them affordable? How could we do such a thing? I just don't understand how we could do this. Well, let me clear it up for you. Let's watch.
President Trump announced on Friday that he is nominating Kevin Warsh, a former Fed governor and a Wall Street alum, to serve as his next Fed chairman. Now, this is arguably the most important personnel decision that the president is going to make for the remainder of his term. The Fed chairman is very much involved, of course, in dealing with any sort of financial crises, but also dealing with setting interest rates, which, of course, impact every aspect of the economy. Now, the president posted this in part on Friday when announcing his decision. He said, I have known Kevin for a long period of time and have no doubt that he will go down as one of the great Fed chairmen, maybe the best. On top of everything else, he is central casting and will never let you down.
Look at that. We're going to replace the Fed chair. With the Fed chair, that is going to lower interest rates. Lower interest rates the way that the government wants to lower them. All you have to do is listen to what the president said at the very beginning.
We're going to make it easier to buy. We're going to get interest rates down.
You heard the president say, I'm going to make it easier to buy. He also said, I'm going to bring down interest rates. How is it that he's going to do those two things when you have a new Fed in place that you can just tell lower interest rates? Now, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Because, again, I keep the same energy. Will this help some people? Mm-hmm. Will it help majority of people? No. I mean, credit cards, great. But let's just say they drop interest rates. Isn't that the same thing that got us into this situation?
Hold on a minute, player.
Didn't the same exact thing happen? Low interest rates mean prices are going to go up. So the plan is, let's break this down. This is a great Orlando University segment. Great, because this is where people need to understand if you're trying to buy a house, how you can get caught in this trap. If you're a seller, you'll be happy because the president, the government is going to make it easier for you to buy a house. They're also going to force interest rates lower. That's what they say they're going to do. Now, let's say that does happen. Does that mean, let me say this very, very clearly, class. Does interest rates mean the house is affordable now? I know it's an impromptu quiz. Just because you lower interest rates, does that make it affordable? If you said no, Orlando, it doesn't. Bravo. You guys are learning. Over here, we talk about price. The price of the home is what matters, not interest rates. Now, see, I understand. A lot of people are going to get tricked by this. Oh, you want to buy an $800,000 home? Guess what? We're going to give you a 50-year mortgage at 4%. And guess what? You can afford it. You know you can afford it now. You got your $300 a month. And guess what? You get to see the price of your home go up too while you're making these affordable payments for the next 50 years. That's the plan.
Don't be a fool.
That's the plan that a lot of you guys are going to fall into. You're going to fall into the trap of the affordability trap with monthly payments. But we've seen this trap again, and maybe I need to remind people why price is very important. Why interest rates, while making sure you do your research, making sure you just don't buy anything is important.
Well, I can't afford my house anymore. Not because I lost a job. I actually got a raise. My mortgage just went up by a lot.
How'd that happen?
So they say, buy what you can afford, live within your means. So I did. A couple years ago, me and a woman I was engaged to, we bought a house together. It was our first time in our 40s. So we bought the house in a small town.
Okay.
I drive 45 miles each way to go to work in a bigger town where I can make the most amount of money. And I live in a small town, so I can afford the house. It's a nice house. I love my house. It's beautiful. Over 2,000 square feet. It's great. When I first purchased this house, it was $169,000. And with all of the insurance and stuff added in, my monthly payment was $1,450 a month. And that was good. And with me and her both working, combined income of like maybe $130K, we could do it. And then we split up. She moved out. Bad decision. I'm an idiot. I don't know. That's a whole nother story. But then my mortgage goes up, and they say, "Oh, the cost of lumber, the cost of materials have gone up. So in case anything happens to your house, we have to rebuild it. So the insurance has gone up."
The insurance went up. Good old insurance. How many times have we seen this story? Like, remember, I'm reminding you guys that just want to go out and buy a home and you think the low monthly payments are everything. I reminded you, things can change. You already know what's happening. You heard this gentleman say he didn't lose his job. But why did he say that? Because everyone's losing their job. See, the economy isn't doing good. So what makes you think that your biggest purchase of your life, the biggest purchase of your life, you should do in a bad economy? Why do you think the biggest purchase of your life, with everybody flip-flopping, we're gonna make housing more affordable, we're gonna push down interest rates forcefully, what is that gonna do to the economy? Do you want to be wrapped up in all of that? Let me ask you again. Do you want to be wrapped up in uncertainty while that's playing out? Because if you do, you can do it today. That's the good thing about this. If you want to be wrapped up into something like this, you can do it today. No cost. Everybody will allow you to do it.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
A lot of times people come up to me and say, Orlando, no, my bank said this is how much I can afford. And I always correct people and say, no, this is how much your bank said it's willing to risk. See, a lot of times people believe that banks, lenders like myself are saying, oh, your budget is this. This is how much your budget is. No. See, that's your job. Your job is to make sure you can afford it. My job is to make sure as a lender that my risk is low. And when someone shows you, when a bank shows you, oh, this is your monthly payment, this is how much money they're willing to risk in saying, you know what, this person can make this much payments. It is then your job. This is what a lot of these real estate agents will tell you. It is then your job to look at that number and go, let me see. I can't afford this. Or I can't afford this. But let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How is that possible when you don't know your budget yourself? See, this is what I'm talking about. We're having a conversation about you buying a house and you haven't even done a budget. You're expecting a bank. Let me say this again. A bank who's going to charge you interest to do all the work for you.
It's really so stupid.
And then the value of the property went up. So my payment went from $1,450 to $1,740.
Ooh.
And I was upset about this because my car insurance went up, like doubled. And why? Because I drive 45 miles each way to get to work. And they said, it's because you drive it so much. I was like, but you have my home insurance. Like, I bought this car specifically for the good gas mileage. And you knew that from the start, that I was going to be, I said, I'm going to be driving 100 miles a day. That's why I'm buying this car.
But did you switch?
And so before I bought the car, I quoted the insurance price on it. So a year goes by, my mortgage goes up. My car insurance goes up. So I have to tighten my belt. I got to do supplemental income. I'm a musician, so I just play more music, do more gigs, and pay it. So from $1,450 to $1,740, I'm making it happen. I get a call yesterday. They're like, hey, you need to pay. And I'm like, all right, I get it. I fell behind. December kicked my ass with Christmas, and so I didn't make a full payment. I was like, all right, well, let me get caught up. Let me check my account. And then I asked, like, okay, what's the balance? And they told me a balance. And I was like, excuse me, there's what? And so they told me that my mortgage is now $2,500 a month.
You know, that's sad. That's sad. Like, I understand why he's mad, but I think the bigger issue for everyone to see in this video is, why didn't he know? Why was it a surprise? I mean, let's be honest. I'm just being a detective from the video. He said he wasn't making payments, which means he wasn't looking at the bills, which means he probably didn't see the increase in escrow, which means when he finally made the call, he was surprised. And you want to buy a house. Now, listen, again, you're going to do what you want to do anyways. I'm just giving you a little bit of clarity. I'm just saying, shouldn't you be cautious? Shouldn't you decide to yourself, you know what? Maybe I might just sit this one out. Maybe I'll go ahead and do 4 to 5 months worth of research before I make this decision. Or do you want to listen to what the media tells you? Listen to what everybody else tells you? And then go, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make the choice without doing any research.
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
I'm just going to listen to the banks. I'm going to listen to the loan officers. They're going to tell me, the real estate agents, they're going to tell me everything that I need to do, and they're going to protect me. Because when things go wrong, I can call them and they're going to help me. But listen, you don't have to take my word for it. Maybe if you heard someone else say, maybe it's not the best time to buy a house. Maybe I should rent. Maybe I should do other options. Let's just see what others are saying.
At this point in my life and in this economy, an apartment makes so much more sense than a house does. And that's what I'm trying to get my parents to understand, but I don't think they ever will because they're very stuck in that mindset. But it's just like, I live by myself. First of all, I don't need a house. I don't have a family. I don't need a house, okay? Second of all, a house is going to cost me more money than an apartment is. I might as well rent an apartment, whatever money I have left over, start investing that into something else that'll make me cash flow. A house is going to have cash flow out, not in, right? Because you're paying for the down payment, you're paying for the mortgage, then you're paying interest on the loan, then you're paying homeowner's insurance, then you're paying property tax every single year, and probably an HOA fee that's probably hundreds of dollars a month. So what's going to cost you more, that or an apartment that you pay rent, utilities, and a couple of fees on?
Listen, I hear what she's saying, but if I couldn't do math, I would choose the house. If I said, you know what, I just don't like math, I like to lose money, I'm choosing the house every single time. At the end of the day, it's your decision if you want to buy a home, right? It's your decision. I always say this, your situation isn't everyone's situation. So maybe you need to move. Maybe you have a job. Maybe you got to move to family. I don't know what the situation is. And if you have to be in this housing market, be cautious and do your research. And for everyone else that doesn't need to be in the market, my advice is to stay away. Stay away from them. Look, observe, do your research. Anyway, guys, if you love content like this, please join the Patreon. We do exclusive videos over there. Also, too, you ain't gonna get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, get you into your first rental property. I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks.